Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. Episode number 10, mini milestone coming at you. First of many milestones? I hope so. Yeah, 10 episodes, that's pretty awesome. I really appreciate making it this far into the series, all the comments, everything along the way. Guys, you're honestly so wonderful. Like, I'm basically speechless. I don't think I'm normally at a loss of words. Thanks very much for the support. That's all I'm trying to say, for real. All right, so let's keep rocking and rolling here, guys. I thought, I think I said in the last episode, we're going to build a little bit in here. Let's actually continue with the momentum over here. Not too much more area are going to be devoted to residential. I think our plan is to make this into one big oversized four-way interchange. I think I do want to introduce collector lanes between these two as well. And I want this to kind of stretch almost in a straight line, just kind of cutting these two zones in half. And we'll keep the industry just on the southern part, and then we'll keep, let's pretend this is north, by the way. Like, you know, south is the islands. We're the bottom, maybe we're in Florida, somewhere in the States, some of that, who knows. Some mythical island out in the Pacific, maybe. But yeah, we're, that's north. Just for, like, city boundary reference point for future dates. Yeah, so I kind of thought, like, you know, we'll cut this in half. We'll still have fun waves over top, and we'll do that progressive thing over time in terms of, like, the storytelling of the city, where we'll switch it over from industry to offices. We can kind of reclaim some zones, you know, like the pollution and everything. It's a little unsightly. I don't like it. We do want to be green, right? So we can get rid of some of these power plants. It just tells the story. We can reclaim this area, and then we can see the trees come back in because trees are friends. And then just get this ever elusive interchange finish too. Anyway, we'll work on that kind of stuff, but it's all coming up. Let's do some more building over here. And then, yeah, I want to build a little bit more of the city first, and then do some public transit stuff. I think we're getting kind of close to that. Okay, just to keep an arterial road going down here, and so that it's in line with everything else over here, we're following this, and we're doing it at the break where the bend happens. So we went from node to node. These ones are the straight nodes. This one kind of starts to bend a little bit. So just at that meeting point right here, that's us. And conveniently, great access to the hospital. Oh, and then you guys, I totally forgot. I mentioned this before, stopped doing it. And then our friends way over here. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And then the goal here is we're removing the median so that cars can both access, you know, both sides of the road, in and out. Taxis, nice. Okay. Now, I do want some local community vibes happening over here where the only traffic you see is local traffic. So let's sneak a road in through here. We're going to keep some spacing, about that much or so, because it's actually going to connect. You know, why don't we do that right now? I just want to kind of give you guys a thought on what an express system, collector system might look like. So see how we have two lanes here? We're already set up for it. We didn't even know it yet, but we were set up for it ahead of time. Wow, look at that. I'll have to just draw that properly. Oh boy. You know, symmetry is a nice thing, so let's see if we can follow the lines. It'd be really cool if we can actually sneak in the middle here. And let's do this as a two-laner. Just so further on, we can break into more on-offs. Might take that LA style approach. And what I mean by that is, like, we'll just throw in interchanges, like on-offs, anywhere they'll fit. Mindful of terrain, of course, right? But pretty much anywhere they'll fit. Yeah, when you have these like densely compact cities, it's kind of fascinating, like in real life, I mean. It's fascinating to see how they add major infrastructure projects. Oh, when this stuff happens, by the way, the road, it's still here in between. I don't know why this happens. It's like a spacing thing. It's kind of peculiar. But see, we're still here. Why that happens, who knows? Who knows? But maybe you broke the game in your mind's eye. You're okay. So just having some issue there with the node. Let's do this first, and then that one after.
Is over. It's finally here. Friday night chili bowling at Andy's.
Excellent. And then, you know, this is going to change, right? So we're okay for the moment. This is just kind of to buy us a little bit of time. But now, principally, you know, you can come in through here and not have to go to the express lanes and still enter the city. So that'll come in like that. We wanted to space our junctions out. And if you look in real life, these aren't overly symmetrical. If you're trying to think like, oh man, I really want this to look like perfectly straight, it's not that straight in real life. And again, I really wouldn't stress too much. Like, I totally understand if you're just being like, nope, no, symmetry and stuff. I get it. I was like that so much when I first started. But if you look on Google Maps, like this kind of stuff, it just feels more right. And in terms of, well, this doesn't. Whoops. But yeah, no, in terms of like the AI traffic flow, I promise you they would take it. Oh my lord. But no, the AI traffic, oh my goodness. Of course I ruined my thought process. No, like AI traffic, right? It'll work with this. It looks kind of cool. Real cities have curves, guys. Put trees in here, put your fences, put your boundaries. You know, if you're starting to do some detailing, you can download some signs from the workshop, download some little water barrels. Things make it feel safe. You know, if you're on console, you're on vanilla, what would go here? Maybe we have a different color barrier. Freehand this bit here. And then we have some bushes. Right? Does it matter that it's off center? No, not at all. Of course not. Don't let that stuff bug you. It bugged me so much in the beginning. Everything had to be symmetrical. And then, you know, when you zoom out, like, it's okay. Still looks kind of nice, right? Anyway, some of you are like, no, I'm still not sold. Don't worry, you'll get there. No, I'm just kidding. However you want to play the game. I'm not trying to tell you to play the game, you know? I'm just kind of telling you how I came across my thought process, how it evolved. They're just very simple detailing, right? We don't have sound barriers, we don't have that kind of stuff, but we're making it feel like we do. You know, these in air quotes are like the little rain barriers, but you know, if an accident happens, it kind of just guides you out of the way instead of scooting across into the trees. There you go, little bits of detailing. Now we've got a way on and off from the Collector Express system. This should be a way over too. Connect these two together. That way you can enter here, not exit, but enter the collector. So we can do that really quickly as well. Like it's one of those episodes that's just a little all over the place, but hopefully in a good way. Sometimes it's these little spontaneous thoughts that make the episodes kind of fun, I think. And I'm just freehanding this, by the way, in case you're wondering why it looks a little smooth. So we'll anchor ourselves first to keep the angle, and we'll, oh yeah, that's nice. Very nice. And then, you know, you could take this approach. We could do 2 lanes the whole way through. We could have the lane mathematics. I think this is okay. There we go. Now we have a mini collector system. Just on the one side to start, that's okay. We're going to change this anyway, so that's no worries. But just food for thought. That's how these kind of work in real life too. You know, the express is for just making your way on through. Maybe you exit later at a later collector exit point. You know, if you're at the first or second exit, maybe take this. Maybe there's a traffic accident. You know, if you're an emergency vehicle, something like that, or you scoot around traffic, right? That's the idea of them. And the collector lanes collect traffic, express lanes move you through. Done and done. Breadbasket interchanges. Those are really cool. They're like flyover arms, so you can kind of have like a little tunnel here, so they don't get in the way of each other. See how these are kind of close together, the merges? Google that if you're interested. It's very hard to do it in vanilla, but maybe we can try something. Okay, back to our neighborhood construction. That was a fun little tangent. All right, so I think I'm gonna try and do a bridge over top, kind of like somewhere in here. Yeah, it might, you know, when we redo this, we might keep that line. And I think that would be enough room for a new highway interchange to come through. And if this is a tall bridge, we should be able to sneak lanes in and out. And then what I'm hoping for is just not really to have like any one bridge or interchange be bottlenecked. So we're trying to have like, you know, this one is connecting to the highway. This one is not going to be connecting to the highway, so we're reducing the traffic load. Same with this one. And then this next guy does, right? And then we'll probably sneak this bridge on through as well. And that just helps spread the load, so not any one interchange gets too crowded. And then we're going to be doing our best to be introducing some really smart public transit through our network soon. And that'll help just get even more people off the road. Okay, so the road got higher on that side, or it's not the road, but like the elevation. So I had to lower the pillar by 1 there. I'm gonna try this for a uniform, nice long curve. Yep, very nice long curve. No, it's straight, silly. And then we'll keep that going straight as well. And I think maybe for a little bit of fun, we can have a cross junction come through here. And this can lead up to a roundabout together. And then we'll probably go over top of this with the highway. I'm really cutting it close, but I'm going to try and use this as a fun industrial way on and off the highway for future. So this is probably subject to change, but my thought is interchange it and then maybe a breakaway with a national road or something. So this is just placeholder. Let's work up here. And then when I say cross junction, this kind of stuff you can do for sure, which is a lot of fun. So if you want to come in here and turn right, there's no way. If you're a truck, like, you're going to knock over these poles. Like, no one's going to let you. So what do we do instead? We just put a little arm in here. And then we don't need the traffic light because theoretically you're just going to be turning right. You shouldn't really be going through here to turn left. You know, you probably go straight. And we're trying as much as possible on these major roads to keep them T intersections. So just three points for the light. Same with over here, right? So we're not really going to cross that one over. This is a busy one. People are using this as a cut through. It's not the worst, but might have to be updated at some point. And then so, yeah, we'll cut up mid-block through here. And then we can sneak over and we can build a neighborhood within this, but it just connects to that. So this is kind of the way in. And then we want to go just through the back way here into this spot. And we can kind of visually see now that there's a little bit of the collector system in place. Like, how much room do we really need? About yay or so. And now we can get a walking path through here, the bike lanes, which will be a dedicated episode pretty soon. And then we connect up over here. So now this neighborhood can connect to our fun little community center. That turn extremely sharp as well. So let's give these guys a nice little back way through here. I always think, like, you know, emergency vehicles, like fire trucks, right? Like, those are big vehicles, right? Like, how could that turn happen if there's a fire right here? So you need sometimes, you know, ways through. Especially if you're going for, like, that deep immersion. When vehicles take very bizarre turns, you're just like, oh boy, that's out the window. So think of that too. And then the bottleneck effect, right? If you only have one way in, one way out, especially if it's just one little skinny lane street like this, you're going to be in trouble. And then making it this kind of complicated approach when there's a faster road here, that keeps traffic out of this. So just local traffic only, and then hopefully the cars coming in will stick to the wide roads. All right, let's build this out. Now, something we haven't really done at all. You can see every street's pretty much straight. Let's do an absolute crazy, like, you know, who are you kind of guy? What are you doing here? Let's just freehand, even take it completely off. You've got so many approaches when it comes to doing the grids. You could have one massive grid that is just basically grids upon grids. Think of these like playing cards almost. And that's the arterial roads, right? They're kind of like little squared off grids of their own. That one not so much, but... And then within those, you can do some crazy streets, right?
We all want to be sure that the people.
That's a nice one there. Yeah, within that though, start doing some crazy streets. These will have local vibes only. And if you're just tired of being like perfectly grid, but you still want some of the benefits of the grid, yeah, just mix this up. The homes look kind of cool too. Totally whatever you want. Completely misshapen. Think it looks terrible? Don't worry, change it. It's just like, you know, when you zone some homes in here and stuff like that, it'll look a bit different. It'll look kind of like a pretzel. A pretzel that's maybe winking at you. Who knows? And so let's take advantage. We got a big square here. Let's put it in a big park. We're out of money, so let's put 3-speed on here. Get this motor in. Well, that fits rather nicely. And then what did we do before? We started extending some of the pathways. Let everybody access this. Oh, not quite there. That is a shame. Oh well. And we're lining this here just for some fun. A little bit more eye candy when the pedestrians walk through. Might do this as well. There we go. Alright, so we can get power through in the way of zoning. So let's go ahead and zone some commercial along this little stretch here, because that'll be noisy. You guys may have noticed this. I may have said this. I don't actually remember if I have or not. I don't normally use high-density commercial. I might repeat myself later in the episode. Not episode, but like in the series. Saying the exact same thing. And the reason is it's very loud. So I use it downtown because it creates tall skyscrapers, but throughout the city, you'll notice, even in the high-density zones, no high-density commercial. It's just so loud. And I'm really excited to do, like, you know, downtown style wall-to-wall high-density zoning. So detailing in mind, keeping our spacing, letting a little bit of high density poke on through as well. And then let's start bringing in the pipes here. That should be enough that when the rest of that zone's in, the power should move. I do believe we are close enough to enough of the services. We probably... Oh, hello. Oh, I don't think we get a new tile yet. No, we don't. But some really cool stuff unlocked. Mainly some of the new transit hubs. The cable cars, we can do something really fun with that, but nothing just yet. Trains, that's what I'm really after. Trains is really cool. Monorails would be awesome to use. I have something in mind, but that's going to be like way down the road. I'm going to try and tie it in with some high-tech zoning. I've downloaded the high-tech content creator pack. Can't really afford anything right now, but you got some really cool buildings, like a robotics institute, nanotechnology center, and they're huge. Those are really big assets, right? So what we can do is maybe have like a hilltop, you know, research facility that's got like a telescope and like a weather station and stuff. And then we can have like, you know, a really cool bendy, windy road that goes up, and that'll be fine for deliveries and whatnot. And then for people, we can have this really awesome little high-speed monorail loop. And maybe the monorail, for the sake of the tourists, can like zip over to the island as well. Have an island airport. I don't know. I got some really cool ideas. There's so much to do. All right, I'm just gonna pause this for a split second. The power did not make it. Don't want these guys to leave. Zone within here. Community shopping vibes. Connect those two shopping zones together. And I'm just gonna do a little wall-to-wall right now. On the curves, a lot of spacing already. And I still want to come through here with the pipes and whatnot. The pipes. No, I saw the water icon. No, I want to come here with the what are they called? The fences. There you go. Okay, so just a little bit of population growth. Let's not keep it on pause for too long. Let these guys come on in here. Okay, just for the death wave, right? And because we've effectively like zoned this, these guys all came in, time went by, we zoned all of that, these guys all moved in, time went by, and now we're moving this in. So I think this is kind of a safe approach. I think we should be pretty much, for the most part, death wave free. I don't know. If you remember when we checked this before, it was 27%, so we're comfortably surviving this death wave. We're very close to our birth death rate going into the negatives. But for the moment, we're okay. Unemployment's great too. As it creeps up. No, don't creep up here. And we can see that reflected in our demand. So the demand for industry is going up. Yes, we can continue to zone some offices. We do want some nearby for that, you know, sake of the local shopping and local work. And let me just double check why we're not getting any water through. Oh, of course. Ugh. Didn't go far enough. I honestly, so many of you probably get to halfway through a comment to try and like remind me to fix this stuff, and then hopefully I find it, but I must drive some of you absolutely crazy, so I apologize. Alright, so they are calling for a little bit of policing. I guess I could subscribe to that logic right here. Maybe this is going to be our first police headquarters. This can be it right here. We do have some offices popping up. This itself could be a little mini high-density zone. So we can start switching some of that stuff back over. Maybe bring out some more commercial. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. Why not? Alright, so the corner post. Police headquarters for the moment. There we go. Police HQ. And then this will be converted to offices. This will be nice, tall, fun, kind of coastal waterfront vibes. For the moment, though, it's kind of ugly and eyesore, but let's build something nice over here. So before these guys get too carried away with their dream homes, eminent domain has been issued. And let's put into residential towers here. Let's back this one up. And let's get one right here. And we'll back this up further for some commercial. And then we'll probably put some fencing in. Might lose a few more of these guys, so buckle up, I guess, if you live here. Oops. That kind of stuff, I don't know. I feel like a monster, you know? And so many people pointed out in the chat or in the comments section, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I did just destroy that person's house. All right, a nice big old park would be kind of fun over here too, especially across from the police station. So we have botanical gardens. We can try to put down a unique building, maybe flatten this out a little bit. A little bit of a plateau to build on. Smooth that bit there out. Not bad. Okay, let's see if we can get some more zoning in and through here. Get our population higher. That doesn't look so bad, eh? Kind of like a little seashell now. Number 6, number 9, backwards 6. What are we doing here? E. I don't even know. It's kind of a weird. That's a cool one. All right, so schooling, we know this from before. It is a slow trickle in. We're just outside the zone, it looks like. So a school over here probably isn't the worst idea. Maybe that can fill that spot. Yep. Great. All right, a little bit of detailing really quickly. So a small playground in here. Maybe safer if we're next to the school instead of across the street. And the pathway can go back in here. Always try and give people the shortcut. Now, I'll say this for a couple of reasons. It looks awesome when you're just zoomed in, doing cinematics, that kind of stuff especially. And you might actually take away a lot of traffic from the intersections. On the really, really busy ones, you'll see just floods of people, especially near transit stops. And that in itself can sometimes slow down your vehicles. So when you give them alternate methods, especially bridges, let's go over here and actually explore and see where that's happening. Right, these guys, right? All 2 of them. These 2 people here will be causing a massive traffic jam. No, not really, but hopefully as this gets more densely populated, we'll see more people use it. And the idea is, instead of cutting through here, cut over this way. And I'm sure that's happening a little bit worse in other spots. Yeah, so some of the busier ones, right? If you notice a real slowdown in your traffic, you know, we might lose a few homes. We're making jokes about eminent domain, but if it's for the greater good, you know, in real life you'd get a big payout, and hopefully wouldn't be too mad. But like, you know, a little tunnel system, little bridges, these kind of things, right? Just helps cut back a little bit on the traffic. Helps spread it all around. So there they are right now. Being good. That's awesome. That's what we want. Thank you very much, citizens. Go about your day again. All right. People watching is really fun in this game. So this, we noticed this before. It's a busy throughway. We kind of figured that out. So let's toss down another asymmetrical road. And it looks like it might be busier coming in than it is going out. So why don't we do a double lane like that? Yeah, that's good for me. And since we can just get a little bit more traffic flow through here, let's toss in a couple more of these guys. And really just mix it up. You know, 4x4 is the biggest it can be. And then any variation under the sun of that combination. You know, 2x3, 2x4, 2x2. I don't like a lot of the ones, 1x1. They're okay if you're going for like a really, like just a special planned little spot where you want just these cute little homes. Now, if you want just like a few little homes dotted, let's see these guys maybe pop in. I don't think they're going to suit right here though. And you can do long backyards maybe, like kind of bungalows, I guess, right? But when they're like a long row of them, I don't know. It sometimes looks okay, sometimes not. We'll come back on that. This is just more experiment over there. Okay, and then if you're just joining us for the first time and you're wondering like, what is all this detailing you keep talking about? Well, all right, fine, I'll show you. Let's do it. So we're just throwing down something maybe as simple as just one walkway. It could be 2 walkways wide. Just cut way, you know, cutting through. Ways to cut through it. And we're going to use some of the fences that, I don't know how many come with the base game, or if any even do. I think some might. But the more DLC packs you have, the more of these you'll find showing up. And you can download some from the workshop if that's accessible for you. And then we can freehand this. And, you know, we might lose one in the process. Hopefully not, though. But we're going to try and just draw some fencing around our buildings. And maybe the high-density ones are going to have a bit more of a way in, way out. They might have some wrought iron fencing. We might switch over to wooden fence. And it's funny enough, we're actually using the forestry fence here, but if it works, right? And so from here, just so we don't lose anything. And then in between, we're going to just throw down some trees. Kind of hides the imperfections. And of course, trees are just wonderful. Like, good city planning basically should feel like you're a city within a forest. And I said that in a previous episode, And I have some people who are like down in Arizona, feel like cries and cactus kind of thing. But yeah, well, you know what? I'm trying to think, like, you know, in maybe like, what is it, October, when the rainy season kind of comes in, a lot of lush landscape stuff popping up, right? So, but I think I just like, you know, generically, right? You want to have not just concrete everywhere, even if it's fake kind of stuff, like, you know, fountains and pre-made planned little trees like that, right? Just anything like that to kind of give some color and not just feel like you're in the stark, you know, concrete jungle. Not only that, like the concrete itself, it gets very hot. The buildings get hot too, so you want shade in a city. And for the friends with the condos, you know, we want backyards if you got dogs and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of the thought process there. Okay. Let's fill in a little bit more. Let's try and get our population higher. We are aiming right now for 24,000. I'm actually just kind of curious to see if anyone's using this yet. No, not quite, eh? It's probably still more efficient to use the other one, but they are... Oh, that's cool. Zipping around traffic that way. Maybe it's a shorter distance, so... You know, the only thing that makes me happy really about this is multi-lane usage, so that's good. Okay. A little pocket of shopping right here. You can see on the curves, we pretty much get some spacing already for some of the fencing. But we are probably going to break a little bit more of this up anyway. And then something we could do through here, which I haven't really touched on too much yet, I've just talked about it but never really done it yet, is let's just throw some generic walking paths through here. You know, it's like if you got a dog, if you just enjoy nature walks, maybe you're an Instagram influencer, you need those... you know, it feels like you got out of the city, those forest vibes or something like that. So maybe it's a cement pathway for this part. I'm just freehanding this. That's okay too. Switches over to dirt right here. Maybe has another way in. And then this we can line with trees. Especially where the slopes get a little bit bizarro. And this feels like, you know, a little bridge upper valley here that's got some nice forestry in it. And gives our people a chance to find some shade. You know, take the dog out for a little run, go for a jog. Connects the neighborhoods together too. So you don't have to take a long, cumbersome way through. Definitely you can leave the car at home as well. We might want to bring another bit of road access in, possibly through here, just so our commercial zone gets a chance to get some more shoppers. And I think if we were in line with that, that would look nice, but I'm not going to keep this cut through right here. Well, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Starting to fill it in. And what's fun too is our first little bit of the curvy roads. We'll do a little bit of this more often, and we'll start switching it up as well. And so yeah, the thought process is it's the overall still a grid, and we have some fun streets inside, just for some different types of architecture. You know, we can take the simple detailing approach, which is a ton of trees through here, getting some variety, or we can do a little bit more detailed. Start getting ourselves some, what are they called? The fencing. Oh my goodness, the fences. I cannot remember that word for the life of me today. Anyway, guys, I'll leave you with that. Thanks for being here. Hope this has been helpful. Oh, let's go check back on this, eh? That turned out honestly way nicer than I thought. So I was saying bad things, but to each their own. See how tiny these homes feel relative to everything else? So they're good little bungalows, right? But just, I feel like these should have been maybe 10 or 20% bigger. Anyway, I will see you guys again. Thank you very much for watching. Hope your cities are going well. Thank you for sharing everything, guys. And let's go onward and upward. So we'll continue going out. We do need to get to 24,000. Is it 24 or 14? I think it's 14. It's 14. So let's keep pushing the high density. We'll get the city built up more. We'll do a little showcase fun video that's very cinematic in nature. And then, yeah, we'll start pushing into bigger projects like the university and our transit hub. There we go, because we definitely have to bring transit in over here. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit now. I'll see you guys again. Thanks very much. Happy building. Have a great day.